Welcome back to Tech Pimp. Hey guys, what's going on? Check out this new UI from Samsung. So it's called the UI 1. It's supposed to be, I guess they call it 1 because of Android 1, trying to make it like a slim version. And it really is. I am so impressed with Samsung. In fact, I'm a big LG fan, but you know what? The UI on Samsung really almost makes me want to keep a Samsung over any other device because I like the Mate also. The Mate 20X is just a beautiful device. There's so many good devices out there, but this UI is really winning my heart, and you'll see why. First of all, it's very simple. It dropped all the bloatware that Samsung used to have. So let me just show you really quick. So when I do a lock screen and I want to turn it back on, you can see that this is what the new interface looks like. You got this animation going on where it kind of like zooms out and zooms in. And you have this 3D effect in the background. Let me do that again. Turn it off, turn it back on, and you can see how the 3D effect comes in. And so when you swipe up and let go, you see how it just blends into a nice blue screen. I wish that that 3D effect would stay on the screen, but I guess they just left it blank, very simple. And one of the reasons for all this stuff is because Samsung wants your device to work like so optimal. It wants to work like an iPhone kind of like design, and that's really what this whole thing is about with the Android, with the UI 1 of Samsung. So if I click up into the apps, these are the apps that actually come pre-installed. The only apps that did not come with this is the AC recorder, which is what I'm using, the rewards, which I always put because I like to get paid from Google for answering surveys. The members thing, it downloaded as soon as I opened up the update Samsung apps. You always want to update Samsung apps, and like here you go to Galaxy apps and you want to go to update, and you will see if there's any updates for your Galaxy apps. Guys should always do that because Samsung makes the UI work really fast, and that's one of the reasons that I like it, because it's constantly updating all its applications like the gallery, the calculator, everything in the UI, and from the phone app to make it run faster, and because they're constantly monitoring what's going on, if anything is making your phone laggy, and how they can improve it. And that's the reason that Samsung is winning my heart, because it does do optimization on apps constantly and upgrades. So you have a phone that literally gets upgraded because people complain and they put a lot of things in their forums, and they finally are listening, and I love that. So on top of that, they have like a nice black background theme. So here it should go side to side. I don't have more apps to show you that, but and you have the search bar at the top that will help you find any apps, and it starts off with the recent apps that you've been using, right? As you can see, my for some reason my keyboard was at the bottom. There are slight weird little bugs like that. I did notice one that when I updated from my UI, that some of the icons, when I put them at the bottom, were getting cut off. Not right now. Maybe because I had changed the resolution. So let's do that right now. So check it out and see if that actually causes a bug. So we went into settings, and you could change the resolution, like not only the resolution but also the size of the screen. So when you go into here, and this is one of the greatest new modes, but we're gonna get into that right now. That's called a night mode. I think this like literally one of my favorite things in this UI. On top of these bubble things, which is what I've been asking for finally, that I told Samsung, like, you gotta separate things so you can find it easier. You gotta put bubbles on it so that like it's finger friendly, instead of it being so squarey and so tightly packed together where your fingers can kind of like get the wrong separation between one and the other. Maybe you're clicking on zoom and you end up clicking font size. I still would rather like squared off, like a little like you could literally have fonts on the left and screen zoom on the right, and kind of like round them off. And that would be kind of cool, like a little like rectangle with rounded off corners. I think that would be even better because it would make you from scrolling up and down so much. But I also like that they added these looking for something else, which kind of like gives you an example of what you might be looking for that's not on here, and a little search bar that you still can use. Like if you're going to look for blue, for instance, you can't find the blue filter, and you're going to do that, and it would come up here because blue filter, there it is, and then it would show up. Because blue filter is already on here, it doesn't show up on the top. It would show up all the things that you wouldn't have here on the top. And then, for instance, if you didn't find it, it would be on the bottom. But here we're on the screen's resolution, but I like to zoom out. So it's fully zoomed out. So that's exactly how I like it. But people who like bigger phones, like they want to enjoy having bigger text for like your grandmother or your mom, maybe this would be a great option. But I like to have it a little bit smaller. And then if you really want to go slightly smaller, you could change the font by just reducing it a little bit. This to me makes it look a little bit better, like more right there. By reducing it just slightly, it gives it a more, how could I give it to you, a higher resolution kind of look. And the more you keep going, the higher resolution it does look. And so, but it might put a strain on some people's eyes to go this small, so you might not want to go that small. Let's go like let's go here. All right, so that's good enough for me. See, it's that's a good size for me. All right, so let's go back out, and that's what's nice, that you can adapt. That they're actually doing a lot of customization. I do wish that they did have infinity scrolling, so I could keep scrolling to the right and just going around and around in a circle. I'm missing that. I'm missing the fact that it doesn't have any animations that I could change. Instead of just sliding to the right, maybe a boxed or a 3D animation version. But I think they're doing that, like, again, because they want to reduce the RAM and they don't want to make your phone laggy. And by doing all these customizations like LG has, would cause you to make your phone a little bit laggy. But honestly, I'm using the LG and it does not lag because of that. Also, because I do notice that the phones have gotten so fast and the RAM has gotten so big that it just doesn't. It would be nice to have that option. Kind of like Nova Launcher has like different ways of, you could twirl it, you could twist it, you could do all these things by switching from one side to the next. All right, so let's go. This is the T-Mobile one now, guys. To get to get this UI, I'm going to talk about it, how to get it. There is a certain way to get it, and there's only available, just so you guys know, don't even consider it if you're on Verizon. Verizon, for some reason, is just not allowing you to do it. I have a Verizon S9, and it's not allowing you on the Note 9 either. So you have to have an S9 or S9 Plus, either on Sprint, on T-Mobile, or even on the unlocked version. So those are the three that I know that are fully working. It might work with international versions too. I did not test that, but I know that with Sprint and this is the T-Mobile version, it is working. And T-Mobile's kind of nice because it doesn't come with that much bloatware. Like I said, these are the bloatware that it actually comes with. And from T-Mobile, we're only getting two, which one of them is really important, the unlock. And number two is, if you're on T-Mobile, it's nice to know how much you need to pay, or you could pay from there. So it's not really that much bloatware on here. But this is the Samsung Google bloatware that has to come on. I heard in the UI in Europe they're going to be taking out all the pre-installed Google-fied apps, and it's nice to have an option to be able to delete them. Instead, all you have is the ability to take them out, to disable them. And sometimes by disabling them, they actually can give you errors. So here you double click. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so here I click hard on it so I can remove it from the home screen. Instead of swiping it up like we used to. As you can see, I was trying to swipe it up where you go to the X. But here it's just as easy as like holding onto it and then just seeing the menu. So that's a smarter way than actually doing the hard press that you would do on the Apples. I do have a hard press here on this button, which is the home button, but it is really annoying that it doesn't disactivate when you're watching video or playing a game especially. And sometimes I'm clicking here and I end up clicking myself out. So that's something that needs to be fixed in my book. All right, so looking at this UI, I'm going to go into the settings so we could check out things. So you can see the rounded, you can see the new display. When we drop down, you will see this new kind of way of showing you in big the time and the date. Another thing that I noticed is that they kept these small icons here, which is really annoying. They should have, I mean, you have all this real estate on the top. Why didn't you make it bubbles as big as the ones that are underneath? Because sometimes, I mean, it's a little small for people to even see it. I have the people like older people that tell me like, oh my God, I couldn't find the settings. And it's right here, guys. Things are right here. You can see. It would be nicer if it was bigger and it was more finger friendly, because honestly this looks more for like a stylus and not for a finger. So Samsung, this is something I would update too on the UI. So you go into settings, and this is how you can see the settings. You have the big settings on the top. Now the reason for having all these big things on the top is to not only show you where you are, but it's also so that your fingers are closer to the top settings. And if you need to scroll, you could always scroll. So that's a great idea. I also like the fact that they separated into like different categories. I would have liked it for them to have put a name for each category in between. Like this is the customization, this is the settings area, this is the security area. But they didn't. They just separated them, and we have no clue what each separation is about. I guess we just look at them. It doesn't give us any description. But I do like how clean and how nice and how bigger each tile looks. Now remember, I minimized the text, so don't worry. It would actually be even bigger if you like it bigger. Let's go to About and check out what the version we're at. And don't worry, I can show my IMEI. This is a blacklisted. It was something I'm returning because I broke the screen, cracked it, and so it's gonna be it's already blacklisted, and it's gonna be returned. This phone is no importance to me. That's why I installed this, so I could show you guys. All right, so here in the status, we could see the hold on. We want to take a look at the software actually. So we could look. So we're on Experience 10, Android 9, and UI 1.0. So this is very, very fresh, very clean. Supposedly, we're supposed to be getting this in February. I can't wait because it's absolutely beautiful. It makes me really like Samsung a lot more than I did before. Like, I always liked Samsung, but not as much as now. I mean, I love how they're working a lot on their UI. All right, so let's go through the menus really quick. So this is what the connections look like. If you want to go into more connections, here's where you have your mirroring, your boost. So this part looks very similar. A lot of the stuff looks very similar, but I just wanted to go through all the settings. You guys can pause if you want to see every little detail about what it has and what it doesn't. Sound quality effects. You guys know about this, right? Let's go Dolby Atmos. Or we could actually customize and make it a little bit more bassy, all that kind of stuff. So I even like the fact that you could put your headphones in and it will give you a test to see what level your ears can hear so that it optimizes your music. That's another little nice touch that Samsung does. And they've always done really nice equalizers. Even though their sound quality, I wish they were up to the V40 quality. They need a DAC. They really need a DAC in the S10. So that's the settings on sound. Let's go to display. And here's where we have the interesting, very amazing night mode, which we're going to show you in a little bit. But first I want to show you how it looks normally, so you guys could take a look at how it would be when you get it out the box. And this is going to be the same UI that you're going to be seeing on the Note 10, and what's coming up is the Samsung Galaxy 10 and that new F1, which is the one that kind of like folds into itself. So here we have this touch sensitivity, which I never even touched, the screensaver, which I never even touched, but here is all the things. You can change the resolution. It will help you save batteries, what they say. So I'm going to go to the highest because I like to have it nice and sharp. I don't care about battery. I'll just charge it. Okay, so then we go into, we got display, We got wallpapers, which I did show you guys, the icons and the themes. If you guys are still on the Verizon one and you can't get this one, what I would say to you is download a dark theme, which is what I always do, or actually buy one from the App Store, which they're even better, from the Google Play Store. There's a lot of really nice black themes or dark themes that give you the same look that you have right now, but with dark behind it. All right, so here is the advanced features. There's some new stuff in here. I'm not going to go through it right now. I'm leaving it for you guys to pause if you want to take a look at it, if you want to see what's new, you want to like understand it. So definitely the dual messenger, all this stuff. This is very, I mean, mostly the new stuff that you will find is the fact that it's how it's displayed and not the new anything new, and the way they just redrew some things like the phone and stuff. So here you can see the phone is fully optimized. The memory, let's go into the memory, and then it'll show us, you know, which applications are taking memory, which ones do you want to close. I like that they included this app. This app is very important to me to optimize your phone. Because instead of downloading all these fake and free optimization apps that actually destroy your phone. Here's the notifications area. If you guys want to see anything or any detail about this phone in particularly, let me know. Here are the apps, and if we go into one, let's see what happens. So it's very similar, but you can see that now they're all bubbly around here. I like, this is how they should do the settings. Like, see these bubbles where it says uninstall? You should say like mobile data or Wi-Fi, little bubbles like that. I think they should do long bubbles like that instead of squaring out squares. All right. Then we went into apps. We're going into lock screen. Lock screen, we have the same options, pretty much the same face detection. And so this is not going to be changing too much on the S10, I don't think, except for the on-screen display. And then we have biometrics. The interface, the fingerprints, the iris scanning. Iris scanning works through sunglasses. So if you wear a lot of sunglasses, you live in a sunny place, I would say do the iris scan, because face recognition doesn't work that well with sunglasses. But face recognition is a lot faster, and it's not really that bad. I tried printing out photos of myself, and it wouldn't detect it. So don't believe all the hype about how it's not that safe. And in the first place, I mean, nobody's going to go out through this whole deal of printing out a face and taking your picture and stealing your phone, and you know, it's just too complicated. So don't worry about it. The average person who wants to steal your phone and takes it will notice he can't enter, and that's all that you need to know. Fingerprints. Fingerprints works really fast on this, which I know, I heard that on the screen it's not going to be the same. That's upsetting because I don't really need it on the screen. On the back it's fine. Oops, I'm sorry guys. Popped out, and I showed you something already that I was going to show you. Alright, so here we have the Google, the settings, the software update. Let's go to software update and see what we can do. So there we are. We are in the November 1st, 2018. About phone. We already did. But, so you can see that we're fully updated. Okay. And then, just to show you some of the screens, like for instance, let's go into gallery. The new gallery. You could go, like, whoop. Maybe I don't want to go that way. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so we could go like this. Like that. We could go down. You can have videos, favorites, locations for you. All that stuff. And that's what the video is for. And yeah, I have couple of pictures that you guys shouldn't have seen there. But, and here's the new Bixby. This is Bixby 3.0. Yeah, we're going to agree to everything. I don't really use Uber that much. I use Lyft. But I have my own car, so. Alright, so here it is. These are the tiles. There's actually less tiles than before. I don't see the Facebook one and all that. I'm guessing they're going to add them later. And if you go into settings, you could change that a little. But there's not that much more tiles that you could add to this. Alright, so that's the tiles. And this is the... let's go into the store just to see if Android Pie looks any different to you guys. And as you can see, we're fully updated. And it shows me, I like that it shows me some apps that I've used. Maybe I want to use them again. That's nice. And this you could get rid of. This stupid protect thing you could get rid of if you don't want to use it. I don't see it really doing anything. And this is the rewards I talked to you guys about, where we could answer questions and get paid. Alright, so I'm not going to do that while we're doing the video. But let's go into the black setting and then show you how to do how to install this theme. Alright, so this is the blue filter. Where is the black? Night mode. Here we go. Night mode. Keep this guys on, man. This is the best thing ever. Not only is it going to save you battery, but it looks so cool. They didn't go fully black, like pimp black, like other themes do, but I actually like the way they did this. And I like that they kept all the color parts, which is very important to me. How they have all these different colors so you could identify them a lot quicker. Mixed in with a little bit of like gray to change the bubbles and separate it. Look how cool that looks. That is something that really sold me right there. And what's cool about it is that it even transfers on to the phone, contacts, places. So places is pretty cool. I mean, the way they're doing it, it's nice. Will you want to use it? Maybe not, but it's still kind of cool. Even the texting is blacked out. I mean, they did every app blacked out. And what's cool is even the keyboard went black. Did you notice that? And I didn't have to do any of this stuff. It went black automatically. And what's even sweeter is even their browser goes black. How cool is that? So let's look for, I don't know, cats. Just to do a search on YouTube. Alright, so look, check this out. And if I go to a website, let's say, I don't know, ABC News right here. It's blacked out. It's perfectly inverted without any distortion that I see when I downloaded all these different versions of browsers or stuff that sometimes, like for instance, the Samsung browser, if I went into night mode, would dim the whole screen, which was annoying. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. I don't think the store is because that's a Google app. Let's check out the camera. So the camera, let's go into the settings. And let's take a look at the settings in the camera app. And in here we could go, I like that we could go 18:9. Guys, do this because this is what everyone, when they look at your photos, they want to see it full screen. And unless you're going to watch it on a TV, I would say go 18:9. To get rid of that 16:9 that everyone is using. So you could do this 18:9 on all of them. I wish that you could do the 21:9 so I could do like kind of cinematic, but you can't. Alright, and here in the back, I would try to stick to the same. I like 60 frames. So, but you can do 60 frames 4K. I just think you need, for editing, it's a lot easier to do it at 1080. But I'm going to still stick to the 18:9. Alright. And then for the front camera, again 18:9 because I want my full video. When I take a group picture, I want everyone to fit, and it's going to fit better if I'm going on an 18:9. It's going to be wider. Shutter sound we never like, but there you go. So these are the settings on the camera, and then when we want to print, this is very dark where I'm doing it right now. It's just like a little desk, and then you pop out, and that's it. That's the official thing right there. And then we have, this is a T-Mobile like site that it gives us. I think we got to switch that, but it doesn't matter. I just wanted to show you what this whole UI was about. And to get it, it's really simple. We're going to go into the browser and we're going to type Samson. And this is the official way of registering and getting it the right way, not actually having to go to XDA and download a weird ROM or download a way to get it. This is the official way to get it from Samson. So you do UI and then you go plus, Samson Plus, APK. Now, I'm sure you guys have this Samson Plus probably installed on yours, but you need to have the latest one for you to be able to even get it. So, and you can't have the regular one. You need to go to the beta one. So we're going to scroll down and see where it says 11.2.1.0 beta. That's where you download. And then after that, you go to, don't go to available APKs, go to right here, 11.2.1.0. And now you're going to scroll down. Watch out with all these ads and stuff. You'll probably click on stuff that you don't want to get. And then you download here, download APK. Then it's going to ask you, you're going to say download. It's going to start downloading. Once you download it, you're going to click on it. It's going to ask you to go into settings and allow the installation from Samson browser or Chrome, whatever you're using. Then you're going to click install. It wasn't working that well on the beta for some reason. I had to uninstall it and install the regular version that I get from the Play Store. But I'm going to try it now. See what happens. And then after I do that, I click open. Then you sign in with your login. And you're going to see a banner right here where this guy's head is. Somewhere around there. And that banner, you click and you say okay and you register. Right now I don't want to do my login but you guys get it. But that's how it's going to be. And that banner, you could try it on the Note. You could try it on all the other devices. That's how you're going to get it if you do get it. But the ones that I've known that are working are Sprint, T-Mobile, and the unlocked version of the Samson S9 and S9 Plus only. So no Note, no Note 8 as of yet that I know of. If anything does come up, please subscribe to my channel. I'll let you guys know. And comment. Let me know what else you want to know about this UI, what you think of it. And if you like it as much as I do, please give a like. Thanks, guys. See you guys soon. Bye.